Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. It's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're 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 gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.
And we're live. How goes it, everybody? GM in the afternoon, not another Bitcoin podcast. I'm Ken Bozak. We have another guest for us today. I guess we're just going to jump right into it. Introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about who you are, maybe how you got into crypto and what you're doing now in the space.
Sure, thank you. My name is Juan. I was born in Colombia. I did PPE at Oxford and data science at Bocconi. So whenever people ask what I am, I say I'm a philosopher and a scientist. And I just dropped out of a PhD to work full-time on crypto. I'm developing a platform called xfr.bet. It's a casino, it's a derivatives market, it's a cryptocurrency whose price always goes up. And the way we achieve that is through nominal burnings. So if you have 1,000 now, tomorrow you'll have 990 roughly, and in a year you'll have 10, and in 2 years you'll have 0.1, and so on and so forth. And this happens to everyone, and that pumps up the nominal price and attracts attention to our project.
Nice. I was on the website and I saw the three legs of it. It says metals, crypto, and AI. I was wondering if you could explain that a little bit to me.
Oh yeah, we have an endowment. Right now it's my contribution only, but I'm looking to expand it through strategic sales and partnerships. And it's what I call the holy trinity of investing. It's like I talk in my book, How to Make the Most Money. The first chapter is how you can make the most money. And what I do there is that I popularize the technical notion of Shannon's demon, or Claude Shannon, the father of information theory, proved that if you rebalance a portfolio, you gain a risk premium. So for every unit of risk you're taking, you get a higher amount of returns. There's a direct correlation between risk and returns. And the line that goes through that correlation, the best fit line, is how the market is pricing returns. So if you have a diversified portfolio consisting of 3 legs, for example, precious metals, crypto, and AI, and you rebalance frequently, you can get a better volatility returns relationships on your portfolio. And that's what we do with the portfolio we have for XFR. And we use 5% of the equity to run the project and to rebuy it and stake it in our ecosystem of games and challenges.
Okay, that's awesome, man. So it's just your contributions right now, but you're looking to expand it through investment partnerships and stuff. You mentioned a book there. We'll get back to the xfr.bet. What was the title of your book and when did you write that?
I've been working on it. It's not published yet, but the title is How to Make the Most Money, and I divide it in three parts: how you can make the most money, how the average investor, the average Joe can maximize their returns on their wealth, how we can make the most money. That's the longest chapter by far. It's how civilization can make the most money through unlimited, unbridled energy in investing in unbridled energy in AI and through spelling reform. English spelling is a mess and it's irregular and it takes lots of time to learn. And if we reformed it for it to make sense, my econometric research suggests we English-speaking countries could make $30,000 per person per year more. And
Yeah, I think you're
there's
really onto something there because as the English language got more ridiculous, the average income has gone down to. I mean, we have more ebonics and street lingo now added to dictionaries, given like sort of validation of English words. We've seen the dumbing down of the English language taking place, and it's being validated in the dictionary, and we're seeing the exact correlation outcome of like idiocracy. So I think you're
yeah,
definitely onto
that's
something. If
right.
we could focus on the language, and I say that a lot in crypto too. I hate that we call Bitcoin digital gold. I do not like that we call our wallets wallets. It's just the words are holding us back from moving forward as a whole.
Yeah, the book focuses on spelling, but all dimensions of language surely have an effect there. And the underlying theme of the book is information compression. So a symbolic system like a spelling system is a good system if it compresses a greater amount of information. And a good explanation is a good explanation if it compresses the information we see around us. And a good portfolio is a good portfolio if it takes the information in prices and compresses it to a more manageable form. And portfolios are second order information compressors. They take the already compressed information in prices and they compress that information further and communicate information through rebalancing. And that's how they extract their premium. And in the book, I go one step further and apply the whole concept of information compression to the question of the existence of God. Because as an omniscient being, God contains an infinite amount of information and therefore cannot achieve any sort of compression.
Oh, God is uncompressible. God can't zip his own files, bro.
That's right.
that's
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 right.
pretty
Yeah, you got
interesting.
it
I
exactly
love that.
right. Yeah,
I
the zip
love that.
program. Yeah, the zip program people use to compress videos and files.
That's so. I like
That's
the way my
exactly
brain just
what I'm.
started thinking of a million different things. That is awesome. So you're not finished the book yet. When did you start and how far along are you?
I started when before I started the PhD, and then the PhD sort of took most of my time. But now I've dropped out, and I'm almost finished. And if there's any publisher listening to this,
Yeah, I mean, when the time to write a book hits, it's something that cannot be reclaimed. As far as like getting your PhD, when you're done focusing on the book, you can always go back and focus on the PhD. But I know, like, I've had friends who have written books, and that itch, it's something that you need to get out in that moment, especially things that are time based, right? Like this is very timely based information. Unfortunately, I don't know how much longer we have until people writing books is no longer necessary because of one of your three legs is AI over here. AI may be replacing the book writing and reading necessity. Like you mentioned, compressing information. AI compresses information so well. I could ask ChatGPT to give me a Cliff Notes synopsis of your book, and unfortunately, now I don't read it. I just get the compressed information from the AI. What are your thoughts on, since you're writing a book, seeing people using AI to get like the cliff notes out of it? Even college kids are doing that these days.
I love it. It's greater efficiency. It's greater information compression. It's what we need. Yeah, in the book, I also point out that in the absence of a metaphysical God, we need to create physical gods ourselves, and those are the AIs that we're creating. And AI is the ultimate compression machine. It takes all the information that we have in the world, all the knowledge in the world, and it compresses it to a manageable form. And when it gives you, this is getting a little technical now, but when it gives you a response to a prompt, it's actually decompressing that information in something that's manageable and useful. Um, so yeah, I think the more we use AI, the more we adopt it, the better for everyone.
Okay. So let's get back to the xfr.bet. What inspired you to create a platform like this?
I wanted to create a cryptocurrency whose price always went up, and I knew the way to do it was to artificially burn supply over time. But then I decided the cryptocurrency needed a use case, so I started developing chance games, which is non-trivial in a blockchain because blockchains are deterministic. So getting randomness on a blockchain that can't be gamed is actually quite a challenge. And then I expanded it to a derivatives market, a binary options market, and a whole bunch of other features. It's so easy now because developing is basically free. With Cloud Code, Cloud Code is, AI stands for absolutely incredible, obviously. So Cloud Code is AI. And with this ability to develop basically for free, I've been able to develop a whole DeFi ecosystem around this token, and people can check it out at xfr.bet.
All right, I'm checking out some of the stuff here, and I saw that there's the DeFi or the Fire DeFi ecosystem. It has stake, games, derivatives, duels, something called Flottery. I wonder what that is. Fire spin and
The lottery.
cards. So yeah, you want to dig in a little bit of the Fire DeFi ecosystem here on xfr.bet?
Sure. We have the Fluttery. That's the game we show you by default, and it's basically a lottery. We are going to put some more liquidity when we get listed on xt.com. We're already in talks with them and pay the first installment, and they are working with the technical team to implement the burning logic. But as soon as that's up and running, we'll add liquidity to the market and we'll add liquidity to the jackpot, and people can bet on this randomness is generated by concatenating block hashes. So no single block hash or no single validator on the Binance Smart Chain has control over it. That's also why you win by not matching, because it makes it more difficult for the validators to cheat. And basically, you pick a ticket, one of those 16 fire symbols, and you pick 16 symbols. And if you don't match any of them or match only one, you win 115% of what you bet. And if you match 16 of them, you win the entire jackpot. And
It's
any
like
other
guessing the private key to a wallet.
yeah, yeah, something
That's
like
pretty
that.
funny. Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at it and I feel like I'd be I'm being used to farm for data somehow to crack SHA-256. Like this is how AI breaks SHA-256 without quantum. They're data mining my guesses over here. It's like the opposite of the lava lamps. You know what I mean? Like that keep the internet
Yep.
safe. I looked down here and I saw the leaderboards too, and the leaderboards seem to be popping. How many users do you have on the platform right now?
I don't know how many human users, but there's like 110 holders of XFR right now in terms of wallets.
And I'm looking at the map. Oh, I don't see anything for North America. I guess is that like a regulations thing? Because I
Oh,
see
obviously,
South
yeah, yeah.
America, Europe, Africa, and Australia.
We had to restrict access to the US.
We're not allowed to do anything fun except play with guns and gamble with our life savings at the casino.
Um, Yeah, but we were speaking of the DeFi ecosystem we built around the token. There's also a fire spin. That's a roulette sort of game. We also have card games, although they're not comprehensively tested yet. But we also have a derivatives ecosystem where we have binary options. That's the firefight option, and you can bet on the price of everything, whether it's going up or
Oh, I'm
down.
looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
pray.
you can. I can bet against Coca-Cola. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you can bet against Coca-Cola. Anything wrong with Coca-Cola?
Just a Pepsi Maxi.
Okay, okay. So you like Pepsi better.
Yeah, this is awesome. All right, cool, cool, cool. How long have you been working on this platform?
Well, I developed like the first half of it without using Cloud Code in December. Then the PhD took over most of my life for like 5 months. And now I've dropped out and I've developed the other half of it in like 1% of the time with
Yeah,
Cloud.
I'm gonna say this looks really good. I can't wait to see how it looks in a couple months. Especially I'd imagine this is sort of like the beta version of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this has a lot of potential. It's fun. What blockchain are you focusing on, if any?
The Binance Smart Chain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of advantages, loads of liquidity behind it, loads of money for development. It's a little centralized, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, dude, even at this point, so is Bitcoin. So yeah, again, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's
uh,
also Flamey and Ashy. Flame is a degenerate who encourages you to go all in, and Ashy is your responsible betting guy. They're like the angel and the devil that are sitting on your shoulders.
I see here as 5% of portfolio equity is used every year to buy back XFR and stake it
To
in the
run it,
DeFi ecosystem.
to run it and buy it back, both.
Nice. So what's your goal for the year? Do you have like sort of like objectives, goals that you can, check off throughout the year? Are you going to be going to any conferences? How are you planning on acquiring investors and partners?
We're getting listed on xt.com. In a year, the price should go up by a factor of at least 100. And I'm planning on going to Rare Evo in Las Vegas and to another conference in Panama, although the conference in Panama is a little later, so I haven't confirmed it yet. And that's where we're getting leads, partnerships, investment, etc.
Rare Evo will be a good event for you, especially because it'll be in Vegas. It'll be right up the alley of people interested in sort of like the gambling, prediction markets, bettings, stuff like that. So it'll be a pretty
Yeah,
good
it's the casino
demographic
capital of the
audience.
world.
Yeah, exactly. And Rare Evo is pretty much, taking over Vegas. I don't know. It used to be, what is it? World CryptoCon was like the Vegas conference a few years ago. Well, shit, now a bunch of years ago now. I fuck. But Rare Evo is definitely the Vegas crypto conference. I'll be there. Look forward to meeting you and seeing you there.
Oh, you'll be there. Okay, good.
Yeah, Rare Evo's a good one, man. I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to
you're
it.
hard to miss in the
It
conference.
it used to be a Cardano centric conference, but now they're open to more diversity.
Okay, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
You're hard to miss in conferences with your attire and everything.
Oh, cool. I'm checking it. Okay, so I see it here. Yeah, holders, 110 holders, distribution burned. Let's see. Pancake swap. What's the Merkle tree? Oh, okay, got it.
The Merkle tree is for the list of eligible wallets that are eligible for airdrop.
What kind of airdrops do you do?
So if you have a wallet that that was funded on the Ethereum blockchain before 2026, I think that's the essence of the about 400 million wallets that are on the Merkle tree. You can connect your wallet, mine XFR, and we give you an airdrop, and we give an airdrop to whomever referred you, and we give an airdrop to whomever referred you, and a small airdrop to me.
Okay.
So if someone refers you to X, or if you refer someone to XFR, they get 49.5% of the reward. You get 33% of the reward. Whoever referred you gets 16.5% of the reward, and I get 1%. And in
Got
the
it.
absence
Yeah.
of referrers, I get their reward. That's an incentive for people to put their referrers.
Yeah, I'm looking through the referral distribution cases. I see case number two and case number three here, where it says no referral and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm wondering, I guess you're avoiding the US stuff, but like, with global regulations and all that, is there anything that you had to like, pretty much learn so you made sure you didn't like, do anything incorrectly when it comes to regulations in the places you are, being able to be used?
Oh yeah, the website's hosted in Najala, which is the standard for internet privacy and censorship resistance. I pay everything with crypto, and the domain's also hosted in Najala, and everything is done with crypto on the blockchain. So yeah, um,
So you
the
don't
only
have to
ones.
worry about like the platform not existing one day because like the government shut it down on you because it's not
No,
in the
no.
US. So like that's
Najala.
really all I guess we have to worry about.
Yeah, well, all platforms have, the US is the only one who can do anything about it. All platforms have shut down in the US. Polymarket did, Binance did, centralized exchanges everywhere. Most DeFi platforms just block the US. So yeah, that's what we decided. And we also blocked sanctioned countries like Iran and Russia. And everyone in the rest of the world can have their fun at xfr.bet.
When I see platforms like this, one of the things that comes to mind is white labeling or whitelisting, sort of like for themes or for rebranding. Is that something, from building this platform, would you think or consider about that? Like, leaving this as something that would be a proof of concept for a white label for people to have their own versions instead of like Fire XFR, it would all be on the back end, but it would have like a different theme or a different look, sort of like, a skin on top of it, for white labeling.
Okay, okay, yeah, that'd be interesting. Uh, I, I think the platform and it needs to grow and become more known first, and then we can consider that. But for now, I'm laser focused on developing the platform and get it out and get it to be known.
What platforms were you using before you created your own? Were you on Kelshi or Polymorph or anything like anything similar that you were an end user of?
I haven't actually used Polymarket or Kalshi. I use them all the time to watch the odds, but I haven't actually bet on them. Um,
Yeah,
but this
same. I
one's
actually never used it, but I do look at the odds a lot.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Um, It's not like Polymarket in the sense of being a prediction market. Well, I mean, I guess you have some prediction with like horse races where you can predict where if the price, you can bet on the prices of crypto like it were a horse race, and you can predict which one's going to come first, which one's going to come second, which one's going to come first or second or third or fourth, and I guess you can also predict like the whole point of the
Yeah, I'm
forge
looking
theory,
at
like.
Johnson and Johnson. I could go long on Johnson and Johnson because there's a new pandemic coming and it's combining with Ebola. So we all know Johnson and Johnson's about to make a come up.
Oh, please don't. No, 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 another pandemic. It almost killed me last time. Did I
Dude,
tell you
me
that?
too, but that's what's happening on the news, man. Everyone's talking about a brand new pandemic and now there's Ebola outbreaks in the US. It's like cool. There's like I'm living in a fucking horror movie. But yeah, I saw the Johnson and Johnson ticker here under Forge and I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's sort of the market indicators for those guys. New vaccine."
Do we also have Pfizer? Oh, yeah, we have Pfizer.
Do we also have Pfizer? This
And
is
we have
why I love
Eli
platforms like this. This is so degenerate.
Lilly as well.
Oh man.
So yeah, go to
Yes.
xfr.bet, guys. You can go long, you can go short, you can bet the price is going up or down with hundreds of leverage. Well, just 100 leverage, and you can bet on the prices of crypto and stocks and ETFs and commodities and forex and yeah, it's great fun. And you can get an airdrop as well if you have a wallet that is was active on Ethereum before 2026.
You should definitely look at trying to partner with a few of the Binance platforms and see if they'll, want to sign up for your airdrop mailing list.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Well, like which one?
I'm just saying in general, you know what I mean? A lot of, or you could even just airdrop some of your own tokens to some of the, the most active wallets on Binance. You could do like, a reverse of what I recommended. But either way, just try to do airdrops cross pollination to other platforms or other token holders and try to get other platforms that are interested in airdropping to your platform's end users. You know what I mean? Everybody has something in an airdrop, right? In that list. And I feel like if the projects work together more on that, they could cross pollinate a lot easier. You could definitely look at all the the top 100 Binance wallets that are active and just airdrop them a little something about the platform, you know what I mean? Sort of like putting a flyer in a really nice car's windshield.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I get a lot of airdrops sometimes. But in our case, our airdrop is proactive, not reactive. So people have
Oh,
to go on our
true.
website and claim it. And yeah, because I get a lot of airdrops and I don't pay much attention to any of them. So and that's why you have the referral tree. If someone you actually know refers you to a project, then you're more likely to trust it and more likely to engage with it.
Gotcha. So, what are some of your concerns building a platform like this? Is there anything that, keeps you up at night when you're working on a platform, in general, just anything at all, being like, the creator of is stressful, but I mean, especially something in like the betting area is sort of on the fringe. What is it that, that you worry about as somebody behind the platform?
The Financial Secrecy Act. The Banking Secrecy Act, rather, the Banking Secrecy Act. It's the greatest assault on our freedoms of our time, and it's a creeping assault because the threshold for financial transaction reporting was used to be $10,000 when it came to cash, and it's been um, decreasing in real terms because it's never been adjusted for inflation in the last 56 years since 1970 when the act was passed. And it gets to a point, it's going to get to a point where buying a burger will have to be reported to the federal government with
Yeah, I was just
because
thinking, I wonder what the adjusted inflation rate is for that. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be closer to like a fucking $1 million than $10,000?
if it kept up with the price of gold, it'd be more than a million.
That's fucking ridiculous. You're right. Damn, I never thought of it. I never thought of it in that aspect of like, the price difference of when the law was made until now. And yeah, I mean that price could have bought you a house, a car, and a bunch of property, and now you can barely afford half of a car with that.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. And yeah, it goes to the underlying principle that that there shouldn't be nominal thresholds in any government thing. They should all be adjusted for inflation or at least pegged to gold, and that would solve that problem and a whole bunch of other ones.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty big problem, especially when our politicians don't have to worry about it. It's like all the rules and laws are made for the 99%. The 1% can afford to break those rules or laws. I mean, if you had the money, a speeding ticket isn't anything but a subscription fee to Netflix for you, right? Like you just do whatever speed you want. It's a monthly subscription to not go to jail, right? And that's, apply that to pretty much anything. And again, that's sort of like an American perspective on the 1%, but it is a global reality. You know that they walk on water no matter where they are. They're above the law, and unfortunately, the laws that we keep asking for are really just to keep us in a box. especially when it comes to opportunities to fuck around and find out. And that's why I like the whole like I don't gamble myself. I don't really bet on much myself, like outside of just like gambling with my life. But I mean, the fact that I could get into crypto without going through KYC or being an accredited investor was enough of an opportunity for me. And if you're allowed to take your paycheck that you live dollar to dollar on, if you live paycheck to paycheck, there's nobody stopping you in Vegas from going into the Paris casino and betting your entire paycheck on roulette, and now maybe you don't have a chance to pay your rent. But if you wanted to invest in something, if you wanted to get into the ETFs, you have to be accredited. You have to have money that you can afford to lose. And how do you get to a point in life where you have money that you can afford to lose if you can't play the games people play with money that they can afford to lose? It makes no sense, man. Um, I guess what's sort of like on the platform's roadmap? Anything that you're looking to add to it since you said you just kind of polished up real quick after, kind of dropping out of the PhD thing, focusing on the xfr.bet platform. Are there any features or anything that we could look forward to seeing implemented into the platform now that you have some more free time?
Wow, these features are enough.
I'm looking, yeah, I just got done looking at all of them and it's been a half hour, so you're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, lately I unified the liquidity pool. It's a whole bunch of Solidity code and allowed me to add games and add assets and add games to the liquidity pool and approve them. And all the games now share the same liquidity, so they can do economies of scale. And
What about
I
like
need to test the
interoperability?
partner.
Any other blockchains besides Binance that you could look at, or platforms, or maybe even projects that are running? Because I know a developer that's pretty good on Solidity, built Base Gold. Shout out to Base Gold, my bro. There's a lot of platforms that I think you could partner with across in different blockchains. Like he's on Base. Or is there any potential for interoperability?
I haven't thought of that yet, but I'll definitely consider it. The thing is, once you have MetaMask, you have Binance Chain by default. So from a user perspective, having different blockchains isn't really something that's gonna bring in more users, I don't think.
That could go either way. I see what you're saying, but it could also say like I only make apps for Apple, not Android, and there's a lot of Android users. Although it's again, you could say BlackBerry or whatever else, and we saw what happened to BlackBerry, right? So,
Yeah, but once you have MetaMask, you have access to all the blockchains, right? Like to all the
yeah.
major ones. And Binance Chain is there by default. They were at the conference. Someone told me that I should develop. Well, the OKX people told me I should develop on the OKX platform, but it's not even on MetaMask by default.
Yeah, well,
People
that's
have to
what
go.
communities want. They want you to help build on their ecosystems, and they don't really even have the foundation for it.
Yeah, yeah. So people would have to go out and get the reference and put it on MetaMask and basically like 5 minutes of working to access the blockchain I was developing on. So yeah, that didn't happen.
So, who's the demographic audience for the platform? Who are you trying to acquire as your end user, and how do you plan on getting their attention?
Anyone in crypto and anyone who likes to gamble. I think there's a big overlap between them, and the attention only will get through a buyback program. So by buying back XFR, people will be incentivized to go and get their airdrop because it's going to be real cash, and once they do. They will have gone on the website, they will have seen the features, and they will be incentivized, I think, to use it to bet on the derivative markets, to bet on the binary options, to bet to buy a lottery ticket.
I'm looking at the crypto horse race, and I'm wondering where does the RNG come from? Is there any way to like audit the race to make sure that it's using some kind of transparent program in the back end to make sure like it's a random winner?
It's the actual prices of the cryptocurrencies.
Oh shit, that's what the horse races are?
Yeah.
I didn't finish the rate or whatever. I'm just setting it up. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I was
Yeah,
like,
we
yeah,
get
how
it to
do I know
receive.
which horse wins the race? He said it's based on the price. That's fucking funny.
It's we get the prices from an oracle called Pyth. It's the first time I heard it when I developed it. I was first doing it with Chainlink, but they had low latency.
That's cool. And you can do 1 minute price, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month.
That's right.
I'm more into short stuff like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, like the
Yeah,
the price
short stuff
movements.
more fun. And you can bet any order. So you can bet Binance Coin is going to be first, or Ethereum is going to be second, or Binance Coin is going to be third, or yeah, any order and any permutation of those orderings you can bet on.
One thing I notice on these websites when I talk to people who are building their own platforms, there's no ads. Why are there no ads on platforms like this? You guys like don't want to make any money from like ads? I feel like a lot of people make money from ads. And I don't see any Google ads or anything for Amazon Prime on the website. And I'm just curious, because it would be cool to see a version for Web3 where you could plug in ads onto a platform like the xfr.bet website, and I could see different, crypto related ads. But yeah, I'm curious. You built the website, and I don't ever see ads on these websites. Is there a reason, like Google ads, did they not work
I
with
guess
websites like this?
I guess we want to keep all of the users' attention. It's difficult enough to get attention. It's slightly more difficult to keep it.
Hmm.
And but when the website becomes more popular, but then perhaps that's something we want to consider.
Yeah, if somebody's watching this, can you develop like a Google AdSense for Web3 platforms? Because I don't want to see ads for like fucking, baby wipes, but I would like to see ads for like Tangent hardware wallets or whatever. Like,
That's
uh,
right. That's right.
or at least the platform's similar in nature, like you said. But yeah, user retention is hard to keep. I guess that is the main reason I don't see ads on these platforms. Yeah, like you said, it's hard to get attention, and then retaining the attention is difficult enough. So it's worth foregoing the few pennies you would get from the ad, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I just
Yeah.
saw. So what's the deal with Ashy and Flamey?
Oh yeah, Flame is the devil who encourages you to go all in, and Ash is the angel who's your responsible betting guide.
Yeah, I have two different chatbots open right now.
Yeah,
So one will talk me out of it, the other is going to talk me into it, eh?
that's right.
You guys, if you're watching this, check out the website. And at the bottom left corner and the bottom right corner, there's these little icons, sort of like Clippy from like the 1990s. Remember Clippy? Well, it's Ashy and Flamey, and they're pretty cute. This is funny. What's running the bot in the back end?
ChatGPT
Oh, cool, cool,
with
cool, cool. That's what I use.
with a um, with a system prompt.
Okay. Yeah, I
So the
got a
system
whole folder of master prompts. I don't know what the hell a system prompt even looks like.
But also they have context, so they can chat out to you about your ranking and your performance in games and your your everything, and they can answer every question you have about the project. They know everything about the project.
Yeah, no, okay, so I could interview Ashy and Flamey.
Yeah, you could.
That's fucking cool. I like that a lot, man. Is there anything that you wanted to make sure we talked about the platform, or did you want to dive back into a little bit about the book that you're working on?
Um, I think we've covered the platform comprehensively now.
Oh,
We,
then I did a good job. I wanted to get into
yeah.
that book you're working on. What are some of the things that you were surprised to learn while working on the book? Is there something that you were like, oh shit, I wish I knew that sooner?
Yeah, the whole thing of the Banking Secrecy Act, the fact that if it kept up with the price of gold, which, by the way, when the Banking Secrecy Act was passed, the dollar was pegged to gold. It was only like a year later that Nixon removed the peg, and if it kept up with the price of gold, the threshold right now would be more than $1 million. That was very surprising, and that was very shocking to me. And the yeah, the whole theme of the book is information compression, right? And what this debasement through inflation does is that it floods a system that's supposed to catch criminals with low value, high noise signals. And so it basically defeats the whole point of the law. And that was the one thing that I didn't know before, that while writing the book I found out, that shocked me. The book's basically a synthesis of all the research I've been doing for the last few years, and before I enrolled in the PhD. So I most of the things I knew from before. But the other thing that was surprising was the econometric finding, the orthography thing, the spelling thing I told you about.
Oh yeah.
Um, also, yeah, that was also because it's a large economic effect, and it was also quite shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see some studies on that stuff too now that it's on my mind, especially when it comes to like mainstream movies, mainstream music and entertainment, pop culture, stuff like that. The spelling kind of gets dumbed down intentionally through those, delivery systems, and it seems like it's a feature, not a bug. The dumber you can get people, the way that they spell things differently, the different definitions. I even think the entire human civilization is now stupider because of Zuckerberg Meta. The fact that everybody thinks of Facebook when they hear the word Meta makes them all stupider, because Meta used to mean Meta, and now it just means fucking Facebook, right? Or at
Oh God.
least when you say metaverse, it used to mean more of an interoperable virtual environment, right? And now it just basically means an open world Minecraft. It is kind of like limited the imagination through vernacular. So yeah, spelling and words and all that stuff, like it really matters, especially to the progression of society. And you can see it. I just want to, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to see if there's like fucking studies done on it with like actual correlations. When do you plan on getting the book, finished up? Is there like an end, or is this going to be something that is like a living book?
Yeah, perhaps it's going to be a living book. But yeah, if I can finish it this month or next, that'd be good.
That'd be cool, man. You could definitely do something with, probably since, it's a book along the lines of, Web3 and stuff, look into, you know, um, sponsors for certain topics or something. I always try to find ways to monetize things on top of what they are. And especially when it comes to writing a book, things are going to be mentioned anyway. There is no reason why you can't have a sponsor the opportunity to be mentioned instead of their competitor in the book when it comes to references or things like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll publish a book on the website, and I'll also publish a Notebook LM podcast from the book with a compressed version of it for
You
people who
know what'd
just
be
saw now.
cool? You could do an XFR bounty, and you could hook somebody up with tokens if they do the audiobook version. That would be a cool bounty.
If they listen to it.
No, like if they do the audiobook, you know what I mean? Like different people could read the book and you could have different audiobooks. You could
Oh,
have one in
okay.
French, one in English, one in Spanish,
Yeah,
German,
the AI can do
Russian.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I guess, yeah, but that's not as cool as people reading it. I tried listening to a fucking audiobook by a robot the other day and I had to turn that shit off. I like audiobooks read by people. I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
do
you
the
told me.
AI. It's weird. AI audiobooks hurt my head, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd rather pay somebody to read it, right? So yeah, if you're gonna write a book, maybe you could use your XFR token, for .bet and get people to read it in different languages around the world.
That's right. Yeah. Um, yeah, how much time have we got left? 15 minutes or what?
Yes, sir.
I also like to talk about the fact that I'm Jewish a lot. I don't know if that's relevant to anything.
Well, I'm half not Jewish. My dad's side of the family is Jewish, so they don't let me say that I'm Jewish because my mom's not Jewish. So I tell
Oh,
people
okay.
I'm half not Jewish.
But does she convert?
Yeah, I don't know. Still wouldn't. So as far as my grandmom's concerned, it still wouldn't count if I convert it because my mother is not Jewish. That's how Jewish my grandmom is. Oh, and the tattoos would never fly in that side of my family.
Yeah, yeah, I get that as well. I have a left tattooed, and it's a first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And even if it's the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, the Orthodox Jews wouldn't accept it.
Yep, doesn't fly even. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, let's tap in. When was the last time that you really were in a moment in which your religion applied to your everyday life? When were you in that moment in an everyday experience?
Oh, always. I always try to live my Judaism, especially in terms of money, because the Jews are really good with money. And so to me, it's a religion based around intelligence, money based around influence, based around the gods. If you notice, all of the gods humanity has ever worshipped, or most of them at any rate, are Jewish. Like Jesus is the god of half of humanity, and he was Jewish. And Einstein's the god of the physicists, and Freud's the god of the psychologists. And even in communist countries where they're allegedly atheists, they worship Marx, who was also Jewish. Um, the only places where Jews are not the gods are in India and Korea and some parts of Africa, but give it some time.
Yeah, the Jewish thought leaders are definitely historic, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And if you take a look at the world today, the gods we're creating now, the artificial intelligence, as we spoke about, are all being created by Jews. Sam Altman's Jewish, and Daria Modé is Jewish, and Mark Zuckerberg is Jewish. And yeah, it's the Jews who create the gods of the world.
That's really interesting. I never thought of it that way. Isn't that almost blasphemous?
Yeah, it is. Well, to some people, but yeah, to me, it's how I live my religion and spirituality. We didn't have a clue we were Jewish, but then Spain and Portugal decided to give out passports to anyone who could prove they were descended from the Sephardi Jews from the Iberian Peninsula. And we gave our papers, our great grandparents' great birth certificates to a genealogist, and he came up with a line that goes all the way to the early 1400s. 18 generations.
That's dope. It sounds like poor OPSEC though. I feel like they tried to get you to dox yourself.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean, dude? That damn. But
You ripped me off so far because I've been waiting for a passport for 4 years and still nothing.
fuck yeah. See, exactly. It was a scam. Fucking scams. I didn't realize. I actually never really thought of it, but I was thinking the other day, yesterday. I was like, has there ever been a Jewish president of the United States of America, or were they all like Christian or Catholic or whatever? And
No,
I
there's never
asked.
been.
Yeah, there's never I was thinking and I haven't tweeted this yet, so I'm happy you mentioned this, but I do want to tweet the next president of the United States will probably be Jewish.
Hopefully, we'll see.
I'm feeling the energy, bro, and I don't really have an allegiance to any religion in particular. I like all religions equally. I am a belief maximalist. I love that there are people around me in the world that believe in stuff, and I love all of it. And I just never really thought that there's never been a Jewish president. And I've seen flags. There were flying flags somewhere, like the American flag, and there's like the Jewish flag, and people were getting upset about it. And I was like, damn, are they upset because like the Catholics never designed a flag? You know what I mean? Like it's like seems like some hater ass jealous bullshit. Because like there's somebody who's like, oh, you don't see a cross, flying in the air, and I'm like, well, yeah, they didn't really. There's no cross flag. Like the Red Cross has a flag, I guess. You know what I mean? But like, so like, but yeah, so it just seemed weird that that was even a topic that people were bitching about, that they're flying, a Jewish flag, the flag of Israel or whatever, over next to the United States flag, and I'm like, I don't know. Does it matter if it's a place of origin, or does it matter of the religion from place of origin? Why does it matter? What does and doesn't matter of it? And then it made me start thinking, wow, we might actually get a Jewish president of the United States. And I'm with that. I think we need more diversity in our fucking leadership. And like you mentioned earlier, a lot of the world's greatest thought leaders are Jewish. It would be pretty cool to have a president of the United States that might be put up there in that title. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, the first Jewish president of the United States, especially in like somewhat of a really shitty time, would have a really good opportunity to set a precedent historically.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Yeah.
So who would be your vote? Who in the Jewish political atmosphere is sort of primed for an opportunity to run, and what party would you think a Jewish candidate in the United States would run under?
Not Bernie Sanders. That's my criterion.
Not anybody but Bernie Sanders.
That's right.
Okay, I didn't even really think
No,
he
Ben
was still an
Shapiro or whatever.
option. Oh, Ben Shapiro. Is he too young? He looks
I don't
young.
know. I don't think so. He sounds young because his voice is really high pitched, but I
And
don't
he
think he's
also
that
looks
young.
young. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you have to be what, like 37 or something to run for president, or 35, something like that. But yeah, I feel like Ben Shapiro would at least be an interesting person to run, like to see in debates and stuff like that. Do you think that would create a third party? Do you think there would be like Republican,
Oh no, he'd
Democrat,
be
and
definitely Republican.
okay, okay. Ben Shapiro for president. I mean, if not this time running around, maybe next. But like, I think like America's kind of due for it. At least needs to have the change, if not for sincerity, at least for appearances. I feel like
Yeah, I don't know. He was the first Jewish guy, conservative guy who came to mind. Who did you have in mind for Jewish president?
I honestly don't know. I don't really know even who's political or not. Like, I don't really follow that. Like, I don't follow sports, if that makes sense.
Alan
Like,
Dershowitz.
Larry David. If I had to pick somebody, like Trump was a fucking celebrity not too long ago. So I guess I don't need a politician. And I feel like Larry David has the fucking right mentality to yell at all the people that are politics the way I want somebody to yell at politicians. So yeah, my vote would be for Larry David.
Mark
I could just
Zuckerberg.
no, hell no, dude. Hell no. I could see him wasting a lot of money running, but I don't think he would want to do it to himself. You have to be willing to go under a certain level of investigation. And I don't think Zuckerberg would survive the type of investigation a political candidate would have to be willing to go under.
I don't understand why he doesn't just buy a bunch of Bitcoin and then lets people pay him Facebook with Bitcoin.
He won't buy Bitcoin because the Winklevoss twins got into Bitcoin after the lawsuit over the Facebook platform, and they started Gemini, which is like a pretty big exchange now. So I think Zuckerberg knows that if he buys Bitcoin, it's just going to make the Winklevoss a little bit of money. And I think he also
Okay.
knows that Michael Saylor having 4% of the circulating supply, that's just going to add more money to Mark, or to sailors. So I think he's going to probably do a fork. If anything, I could see Facebook doing their own blockchain. Like he was trying to do with Meta. It would make so much sense if you saw like a Meta chain or some kind of
So they did try
fork.
to, but it failed, right?
They didn't really try the blockchain side of things. They were trying a centralized version of it, not a decentralized version of it. I think if they looked at like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, they could fork the technology and he could use the same tech, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Meta, and just fork Bitcoin. He has the money to fund a fork of his own.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, wow, we've covered a lot, right?
Yeah, we can wrap things up here, bro. Let people know where they could go to find you, follow you, keep an eye on when you do publish that book, and how they can join the XFR community.
Yeah, well, everything's going to be on xfr.bet. So just go to xfr.bet and check out our ecosystem, and our book is going to be there and everything.
All right, man. Much appreciated, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, drop a comment, and as always, have a day. Peace.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.